Hi, Mandy J here with another Funko Pop review, and I hope we can see eye to eye on this one because definitely one of my favorite characters, Powerline from a Goofy movie, and it is a Hot Topic exclusive. I absolutely love this. I had to get there early. They were dropping so many different Hot Topic exclusives at the location I was going to, so I had to make sure I was there early. I ended up getting there like 3 hours early. Wasn't quite necessary to get there that early, but definitely there was a ton of people by the time the door opened. As you can see, we have the Disney logo up top, we have the Hot Topic sticker, an awesome pose with Powerline along with the awesome character, and then on the side here we have, again, the art with a really neat backdrop. It's of the concert, so you have the screen at the bottom, the fixtures up top, very much in this really nice purple that really accents the pop in general, making sure those yellows really are vibrant. And then on the back here you have just a Goofy movie. I don't know for sure if they've came out with any Goofy pops other than this one, but this one does stand alone. Obviously it's not like a part of a line or supposed to be kind of mixed in with one. And then of course this side, just as normal, has Powerline, the number. But definitely this pop is super exciting, one that I was really looking forward to getting to. It is definitely one of my favorite movies growing up. I love Goofy, and when I saw this was coming out, it was a must-have. So anyway, let's get on to breaking this guy out, seeing what he looks like. Here we have him outside of the box, and to tell you the truth, slightly disappointed. There are some issues with him. It seemed like all the paint jobs at Hot Topic weren't necessarily that great. This one looked to be the best, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see it from here, but I'll definitely bring him up closer. On the knees here, he has specks of black. Even in his logo, he has a piece of black. His hand isn't fully painted white. There's some yellow peeping through. This glove's just dirty. I tried to wipe off some of it, but it's not a clean paint. Some of the paint's bubbled and everything. And then also on his sleeve here, the white kind of trails up. The black outline of his belt doesn't look all too bad. I also noticed that along the collar and the back, his skin tone goes a bit down. It's just kind of a sloppy job, for the most part painted, but it could be cleaner, and I know it can be cleaner. And then of course, I don't know why, but lately bottoms of feet have not been fully painted. Like they're either kind of painted, halfway painted, or like just not painted at all. This one's kind of partly painted, the yellow shining through, which is very disappointing. And then the black, like his shoes are scuffed. This is one I'm going to have to definitely sit down and do some like touch-ups and repaint him. That's just fuzz on his face though. Just because they really just quickly went over it, threw it in a package, called it a day. They didn't really take any pride in this. Also, one thing that really bugs me about this Powerline pop is that I understand the ears were going to be glued on. Definitely looks like they've been attached. But his whole face here, from like the cheeks down to the mouth, like from the front, looks amazing. You would not notice this, but when you look from above, you can definitely tell they just sculpted this separately and then threw it on. You can see it at the bottom too. It's not necessarily an original sculpt. I feel like they went about it weird, because of course the hair is an original sculpt, but I feel like they took the basics of a pop head and then just kind of made it work. I really think they could have sculpted his mouthpiece to his face and made it work a little better, and I kind of wish they would have actually done something to rise his hair in the back other than just paint it on too. Overall, yes, I was really super excited for this pop, and in package, it looks fine. It looks great. It's one that, do I regret buying? No, but am I very disappointed that it could have been done a little better? Yes. Because I feel like the stance is good, but I would have liked to seen him maybe in a better pose or something a little bit more active, like as if more he was on stage or something. I just feel like he's gesturing. And so, I mean, the paint on this is a letdown. I feel like it's very sloppy. You can definitely tell they didn't quite go over it well. And also, I can tell because of how the yellow's showing through that the body is a yellow mold, and they painted everything on top of the yellow mold. So that's kind of a letdown, and I don't like how they attach the front half of his face to the pop. I mean, in box, from a distance, this pop looks great. It looks wonderful, but up close, if you're going to display it outside a package, or if you were going to have it kind of easier to see and that's not high up, it's just, I don't know, this pop's kind of a letdown to me, because I'm going to have to work on it. There's things I can't fix, because the line where his mouth connects to his face up here is very, very, like, deep, like, it stands out, and so there's no way of getting that to not look as though it's one piece. It's gonna always look like it's kind of glued on, or it has, like, someone drew a line there or something, so that's a little bit of a disappointer, and I don't know, I haven't taken it out of box until just now. And part of me says that I should have just waited on it. It wasn't necessary. Like, if it was a little better done, if the paint was a bit cleaner and everything, definitely would have been a little bit more happier with it. But for me to have sat there and waited 3.5 hours for this pop, definitely don't think it was worth it just because of the quality of the pop. And I think it's a little bit of a letdown. I'm sure some of you are going to disagree. I do overall think it's a good pop, but I wouldn't suggest anyone waiting for opening to get this guy. I would just wait for, if you happen to be at Hot Topic, to grab it. Just because it's, I feel like, at least the one I got was horrible quality. I am very picky about my paints and everything, but what really bugs me is just how they attached his nose and mouth to his face. Straight on, looks great, so if you're gonna display it, I would suggest displaying it eye level for the most part. Even in-box, display it at eye level. But other than that, it's, you know, it's a good pop. It's a great character. I love the character a lot. Do I wish that this was better done? Yes. And I see lots of just, it's sloppiness is what I'm going to call it. It's just they did a sloppy job on the paint, and I feel like there's no excuse for it. But overall, I'm still happy that I have it, just I'm not like as ecstatic as I was in the first like 30 seconds of this vid. Anyway, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know. You know where to leave them.